Why, brother? 1 star. Your Wi-Fi does not work, you little, you make me want to curse, but I can't because I'm 9, but you are going to regret this. He's like, listen, there is a couple things that I would say to you right now that are not appropriate for my household. My parents would not be happy, but just know I would say that. What's up, boys? Well, another full year of Kids Are Stupid videos. Who would have saw this coming? I've been doing this series for like 3 years, and I cannot believe that I'm actually still making these videos. However, to this day, they remain some of the most fun videos for me to make. I mean, it just never gets old laughing and reading these stories. So today, what I have for you is some of the best moments from Kids Are Stupid that happened this year in 2022 before we enter the grand year of 2023. As always, drop some of your own Kids Are Stupid stories in your comment section. I always like reading through those and just hearing what you guys have. And yeah, without further ado, enjoy the highlights, baby. In 3rd grade, I loved Gangnam Style so much, and one time they played it over the intercom, and I started sobbing from happiness, and I got out of my chair and started doing the Gangnam Style while crying uncontrollably. People asked if I was okay. This kind of seems fake. I don't know why, this just radiates one of those, like, and then everybody clapped kind of stories, you know what I mean? But I will tell you a real story, though. When I found out about Gangnam Style, I was also in 3rd grade, and my friend came up to me, and he told me, he was like, hey, dude, did you hear about that new song where they're like, hey, sexy lady? And I was like, dude, why would they put that in a song? And then he was like, I don't know, but it is, and it's popular. And then like a month later, it blew up like crazy, and I kind of felt like I invented it or something. R barf BL yawn X 1 star. This game is for noobs and boomers. If you play this now, I will call the police now and right now. Wow, noobs and boomers for Roblox. I don't know why, but I get the feeling that boomers are actually the least people that are playing this game. I feel like there is not a single boomer playing Roblox right now. And if there is, I think they're on there for the wrong reasons. If you're catching my drift, if you're picking up what I'm throwing down, you know what I mean? My 7-year-old nephew just asked me, Auntie, would you rather be a famous NHL hockey player or be stuck inside a Coke bottle for the rest of your life? So what was your answer, though? Exactly. I mean, we're asking the real questions here. I would like to be stuck in a Coke bottle for the rest of my life. I mean, that'd be better than playing hockey and get my teeth beat out. At least I would be safe in the Coke bottle. You have to do a little bit more than surface level thinking to understand this kid's reasoning, okay? Maybe he likes the safety and enclosure of a Coke bottle and thinks that hockey is dangerous. You never know. When I was a kid, I really needed to pee, but it was during final exams in 5th grade and I couldn't go. I decided that it was a good idea to pee myself a little so I could hold on a little more. It didn't go as I wanted, and I ended up peeing myself more than a tiny amount. I had a black skirt, so no one noticed the fact that I had purposely peed myself. Okay, cool story, but can we just talk about the fact that this person just said they had final exams in 5th grade? Am I the only one who never had that? My final exam started in high school. Who is having final exams in 5th grade? What do you, like, what is it even on? I don't know, maybe I'm the only person who's ever had that, so let me know in the comments if your school gave you final exams in elementary school, but mine didn't start until high school, so I don't know. Hi, it's me, Mary. We need to know the password to your profile. That is the least convincing text message of all time. Okay, I need to know it. Have Grand Mary call me. I love how he just immediately gave it up. He's like, ah, whatever. The jig's up. All right, fine. It's me. I'm not Mary. I'm not Grand Mary. Whatever. I know if this was me as a kid, I would have been like, what do you mean? I'm Grand Mary. I'm old and saggy and, why did I say saggy? Why did I say that? 5-year-old just cried for 20 minutes because she saw a dead raccoon on the road and it can't get Christmas presents because it's dead. How's y'all's Christmas Eve? I am an empath, so, you know, I can feel for other beings and I sense that the raccoon is sad that it is dead. You know, basically an empath. I'm basically God. 4-year-old spent 10 minutes telling me about his grazed knee and how it really hurts, but when he showed me it looked fine. He got mad that I couldn't see the graze. Then he realized he was showing me the wrong knee. Yeah, man, that must hurt so bad. That must just be absolutely killing you. It's causing you such emotional turmoil that you're like becoming, like your mind is breaking and you can't figure out what knee you actually have the scrape on. I mean, wow, that's some serious issues, man. You gotta go to the hospital. She found out that I have a name other than Mum. She's just absolutely distraught. I love how like kids, when they cry like this, they just look so just broken. I mean, oh my God. It's not like a soft little cry. It is just full on emotional turmoil. That's just impressive, honestly, that you can cry that hard over a name. Like, I think if something actually sad happened to this girl, she would just be done. She would probably just explode on the spot. This morning, my son said his ear hurt, and I said on the inside or outside, so he walks out the front door, comes back in, and says both. Moments like this got me wondering if I'm saving too much for college. Listen, man, he's just kind of smarter than you. He's thinking on a level outside the box. He's not thinking about his ear. He's thinking about the universe on a universal scale. I mean, that's impressive. The Leahy City Police Department is aware of the nationwide TikTok challenge that involves encouraging students to bring weapons to school tomorrow. While there are no specific threats to any school at Leahy, we have been in contact with school administrators to help ensure the safety of students. Our school resource officers have been working with the school administrators regarding the threat. Alpine School District officials are also aware of the threat. The officers that are going to be on duty tomorrow have been briefed on the threat as well. Officers will be extra patrolling all schools. We encourage everyone to report anything suspicious they might see or hear of regarding this or any other threat to the police department. Thank you. Yeah, this is an actual kids are stupid moment. This isn't even like funny. This is just straight up like why? Why was it a trend to bring a weapon to school? Who? Why? And what? The three questions that I have for that. I just don't imagine any world in which you could think that up and then go, yeah, that'll go over great. I'm sure I could bring a weapon to school tomorrow and it'll be fine and I won't get into any trouble at all and I won't get arrested and I won't go to jail for bringing a weapon to school. It'll be great. We'll have a great time and I'll get views on TikTok. Hooray! May I now present to you all jokes written by kids. Question: if you go to the ham contest, what will the man say? Answer: you won last year. You are not allowed. That's a great joke, honestly. Next one. Question: what do you call a tiger with glasses on? A scientist tiger. It's true, guys. Everybody that wears glasses are actually scientists. In case you didn't know, now you do. In case you wear glasses, congratulations on your promotion. Question: guess how many snakes there are? Answer: 13. Well, wow. There are approximately 13 snakes on Earth. So if you have seen one, count yourself lucky because that's a rare sight. Question: what do you call a dinosaur with no eyes? Answer: shut up. Okay, well that one was just mean. I mean, that wasn't even a joke. That wasn't even funny. That one kind of just hurt my feelings. Now I'm kind of just sad and I kind of just want to move on. My Bible teacher asked the class what biblical character had a conversation with a donkey, and my little sister answered Shrek. LMFAO. Is there a biblical character that had a conversation with a donkey? I've been going to like Catholic school my whole life, and I have never heard that story once in my life, and at this point, I've heard them all. This must be a new one. They must have just added this in the new patch, or the new book that just dropped. When I was 4 or 5, I referred to cemeteries as die yards. Honestly, that's a much better name for it. Cemetery just sounds kind of scary. Like, that sounds mysterious and creepy. A die yard is just straight to the point. You know exactly what you're getting. You know exactly what you're going there for. You know exactly what is in there. And there's no misleading information, you know? It's perfect. Just told my kids I'm older than Google. They think I'm joking. To them, honestly, because they've just grown up with it, they probably think it's some ancient thing that's just been around forever. They're like, wait a minute. You're telling me that like 50 years ago, they couldn't just Google stuff and watch Cocomelon on YouTube? What do they do all day? What do they do? What? Dad. You know what? I gotta say, I am sure he was just absolutely overjoyed to receive that from you. It is just great. I love how you gave him a little peepee and he's just peeing and he's wearing a bra and he looks like a demon and he has a giant belly button. What did your dad do to you on that day that made you decide to draw him like that? Why? What did he do to deserve that? When I was in elementary school, I tried to make a Sonic themed calendar and made a drawing for the main holiday / special day of each month. But there really isn't a holiday in September, so I drew Sonic and Shadow reacting to 9/11. Now this is a calendar that I need. Where can I buy this? eBay? Huh? I need to hang this up on my wall and display it for everybody to see. Even when it's not September, it will be on the September page, I can assure you. My cousin took her kid to the Museum of Natural History for the first time. The kid loves dinosaurs. Well, someone forgot to tell him that dinosaurs are dead. The kid made a huge scene crying about the dead dinosaurs. He then blamed his mom mom, my cousin, for killing the dinosaurs. I mean, if your mom was able to kill all of the dinosaurs, let alone one, she is kind of a terrifying woman. Please don't put me within like 50 feet of her, thank you. We got my 2-year-old a whisk for Christmas along with a few other plastic utensils from there, but he found the whisk. I didn't think I needed to hide too good yet. He's been happier than a pig in shit, and he's slept with it every night since. Sometimes it's the simple things. This is a great post and all, but who says that? He's been happier than a pig in shit? I don't think I've ever heard that saying in my life ever once in my life ever to ever exist in my life ever once. My 4-year-old brother just had a fit because I wouldn't let him eat one Cheez-It off the floor. When I threw it away, he just started bawling and didn't stop until I grabbed a completely different Cheez-It and told him it was the one I threw away. WTF is wrong with him? Maybe something was special about that Cheez-It, man. Maybe he had like special vision and that Cheez-It was gonna give him superpowers, and then you just put it on the floor and now he wouldn't eat it. It's kind of your fault, honestly. This 4-year-old kid who stays 12 floors below us never met us. Met my dad in the lift. Kid, I want to come at your house. Do you have a toy car? Dad, no. Kid, do you have chocolates? Dad, yes. He's now here eating toffees. Even spit one out because he didn't like it. What a free spirit. That's just kind of awesome. Imagine meeting someone in the elevator and just being like, hey, I want to go to your house. Do you have chocolate? If the guy says yes to having chocolate, then you're going to his house. You just show up. Little kids are so creepy. Example, I have a student who kisses me on the arm every day and whispers, there, now you'll live until tomorrow. And one day he didn't kiss me, and when he came into school the next morning, he looked genuinely surprised to see me alive. Do you think that this means that one time he kissed somebody and then they died the next day, and now he just has this belief that whenever he doesn't kiss somebody every day, they die? Because that's kind of traumatic if that's the case. My kid peed in the humidifier. There's urine misted on every surface of this room. Dude, that was like when I was on vacation last summer and someone had dumped like a plate of food into the air conditioner, so our hotel room literally smelled like pork. It smelled so bad. My mother used to tell me I was the world's greatest potato peeler. I really bought into it, and every time we'd have potatoes, I'd get so excited to show off my skills as the ultimate peeler. It wasn't until I was in my mid-30s that I realized the whole play. Touché, mom. Touché. She really just wanted you to peel all the potatoes. She was like, I don't feel like doing this shit, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna give it off to Devin here. I'll just act like he's really good at it, so he loves doing it. Whenever I have kids, I'm gonna tell them that they're like the world's greatest chore doers. I'm gonna be like, yo, you're the greatest at bringing in the groceries. You're the greatest trash taker outer ever. So I just get stuff done constantly. They're like, Dad, look, I can take out the trash so fast. And then I'm just like, wow, you should do it every Tuesday. A little girl and her mom were looking at me at the coffee shop this morning, and I heard her mom say, go on, it's okay. And the little girl shuffled up to me and said, excuse me, please? Do you have to put on your tattoos by yourself every day, or does your mom help you? I am dying. Do you think she told her mom the question before she walked up to you? She's like, can I ask this lady this question? And their mom is like, yeah, go ahead, ask her, see what she says. Did you know that I'm German? German is a state, not a person. Interviewer laughs. I don't even know where to start with this, first of all. The fact that they called German a state, like, oh, this kid's hurting my brain. I'm sorry. I gotta move on. This one's hurting me. I was doing a home yoga video and I was in bridge pose and my toddler stomped my throat. Then I had to apologize because my coughing scared him and my wife and I had another kid anyway. The way that you like phrase this tweet sounds so like menacing. Your toddler stomped your throat? That sounds like he like was going for the kill. Like he was trying to end you right there and then. r/ask Reddit. What was the dumbest way you almost died? As a kid, I swallowed about 15 pennies because I was acting like a piggy bank. What even happens if you swallow a penny? What do you have to do? Do they have to go in and have surgery and like take out all of the coins from your intestines or your stomach? Or do they just like somehow just come out in your poop? Like what happens there? One of my clearest memories of my grandfather is when he beat me in chess and I cried because I was a sore loser. And he said, okay, I'll play you left-handed. And then I won, and it took me until like last week to realize he was a clown bastard. My 5-year-old kid saw me with sanitary pad and now he is telling everyone that mommy wears diaper. My mommy wears a diaper. She's a loser. She's like 40 and she still wears a diaper. Some kid today asked me if I had ears under my hijab and I just stared at him and then he's like, oh right, you can't hear me because you don't have them. And then he started using his hands to talk to me. Dude, imagine if like every person that wore a hijab just didn't have ears at all and they just couldn't hear you, have to talk with sign language to them constantly. I used to talk to ants and cry because I wanted to be their secret friend, but they wouldn't answer me. I wasn't as bright as you could see. That'd be so sad. Imagine just trying to talk to like literally any animal and just trying to be like, want to be friends? And then either they just don't reply or just say something back in a language that you just don't understand, like a dog or something, and they're just like, what? Okay. I was 5 years old, not too bright, and thought air freshener was ear freshener. So I plugged the end of a Febreze into my ear and let loose. I actually made it to the second ear before I realized I messed up. Burning pain damaged my eardrums from the pressure. Bad everything for me. How could this day get any worse? Made it to the ER and my father's freaking out thinking I've gone deaf and he's demanding why nobody is helping us and staring at the TVs. It was September 11th, 2001 and I thought I was having a bad day. Oh my god. The timing on that. Just an average day for you, just, you know, trying not to go deaf, going to the hospital, and then all of a sudden, the largest terrorist attack to ever happen to the US just decides to happen as soon as you go to the hospital. I mean, what the heck? My kid sure is doing a lot of dino-splaining for someone who pronounces it Velociraptor. I'm not gonna lie, when I was little, I used to think it was called vacation and not vacation. Because for some reason, whenever someone said vacation, I heard vacation, and that just made so much more sense in my brain to me. Even after I found out that it was actually vacation, I still called it vacation because I was like, vacation just sounds better and makes more sense than vacation. And to this day, I low-key still agree. I used to have this Webkinz that I used to pour milk on and suck the milk back out of it. It was sopping wet all the time. I used to slam it against walls and it would make a loud thud. My brother saw me suck milk out of it once and I got sad when he made fun of me and I didn't pour milk on it for a week. And it got rock hard and smelly and my mom had to throw it away. It was so heavy, I brought it to school one time and my backpack was soaked and I made my friends hold it and they were upset. This is like the top 3 funniest things I've ever read on any of these videos. What made you decide to just pour milk on this random animal and then suck the milk out of it and then while it was sopping wet, slam it against the wall just to see if it would make a funny noise? That is literally so awesome. When I was 5, I burst into tears after breaking a pretzel. Yes, I ate it while crying. Listen, man, some things when you're a little kid are just terribly heartbreaking. I mean, you haven't really experienced like real pain yet when you're like 5. I mean, maybe something really bad happened to you. Some people just get unlucky, but most people have not had the worst thing happen in their life happen to them by the time they're 5. A pretzel breaking, that can be pretty sad. You know, that can be pretty depressing. What's the dumbest thing you ever did as a kid? My shining moment was when I was like 4. I put floaties on my feet and jumped into a pool thinking I'd walk on water. I almost drowned. Someone made fun of me crying, so I went home and put L'Oreal No Tear shampoo in my eyes. Well, I guess that's one way to stop crying. I mean, if you just want to, you know, lose your eyes completely. I don't know if this is like the dumbest thing that's ever happened to me when I was a kid, but one time I was playing some game by the pool with my friend in his backyard, and his grandpa was sitting there. The ball that we were playing with fell into the pool. I had all my clothes on. I bent over to try and grab the ball from the pool and lost my balance and fell in the pool with all my clothes on, and instead of helping me, his grandpa just stood there and laughed at me while I was in the pool. I had all my clothes. I had my basketball shoes on. I had to walk home just soaking wet. Do children still love being timed? When I was a child, you could get me to do truly anything if you just said, I'll time you at the end of it. Run and get the phone, I'll time you. Grab me a beer, I'll time you. Wash the dishes, I'll time. You say no more, babes, I'm off and running. Honestly, this was how it was for me, except my parents would do this thing where they would be like 3, 2. I didn't even want to find out what happened at 0. I wasn't even going to take that chance. I would just go and get it done no matter what it was, all right? My daughter has been asking for mustache crackers all day. I've been clueless. Hours later, Pringles. Let's be real here. Mustache crackers is a much better name for Pringles than Pringles. I mean, what does Pringles even mean? At least with mustache crackers, you know what you're gonna get, all right? Our 6-year-old handed us a note. His teacher had called us for an emergency meeting. So that's Among Us? Among Us? Among Us? Teacher, I asked him to draw his family and he drew this. Would you mind explaining? Not at all, my wife said. Family vacation. Snorkeling off the Bahamas. Oh my god. If no one told me this was snorkeling, I definitely would have gotten a different vibe here. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely would have thought a little bit something different. I'm not gonna go into much more detail, but you guys probably know what I'm talking about. When I was 8 years old, my family took me to Disneyland, which meant it would be my first time on a plane. While flying, their plane hit some pretty bad turbulence, and I screamed at the top of my lungs, "We are all going to die!" I knew that it was going to be fine. I just thought it was funny. An old lady behind me started to cry. That's horrible, but if anything, she would know that you're gonna be fine. If she's so old, she's probably been on a plane plenty of times. Also, she's old, man. She has no right to be crying and complaining, all right? She's had her time, okay? It's time for you to go, all right? Bertha, your time has run up. I told my son, "You were once an egg in my belly." He didn't have any reaction that time, but the day after, he was crying so hard and asked me, "Am I your son or a chicken's?" This was a truly traumatic experience for him. Honestly, I think you probably should apologize. B9, be playing Paper Mario. Halfway through the game, I don't know. I don't think you could function in the real world, honestly. When you ask a first grade class to write letters to people in a nursing home, time's almost up. Oh my God. Honestly, some of those people probably would appreciate this because I'm sure half those people in those nursing homes are absolutely just hating every second of their existence and probably just want the time to be up, to be honest. My son named a piece of birthday cake Cakey, then got too attached to it to eat it. We saved it for him and he decided to eat it the next day because he didn't want it to get old. He cried the whole time saying, "I'm sorry, Cakey," between bites. Dude, you know what they say, man? As soon as you give something a name, it's automatically like, you get too attached to it. Like, I could give this Pepsi can next to me, this empty Pepsi can, a name. I can call him, like, Bob. And now he's just Bob, and now I don't feel like throwing him away ever, and he's just gonna be my pet Pepsi can. Cleaning up the kitchen, yelled to the other room because it's suspiciously quiet. "Hey, Nolan, what are you doing?" Don't worry, Mama, I'm hiding it." Hiding? Hiding what? Hiding what? Update, he was hiding his toys and coins that my mother-in-law gave him. Why did he act like it was a dead body? This child. This kid's gonna be so bad at lying when he grows up. Like, imagine his mom, like, finds his weed or something, and then he has to be like, nothing, Mama. I'm just hiding it. It's a secret. I can't tell you, sorry." My toddler dropped my phone while she was FaceTiming my mom, gasped, picked it back up, and asked, "Grandma, are you okay?" It was the cutest, dumbest thing I've ever seen. Imagine, like, she's like, "Grandma, are you okay?" And it's just silence. It's just the breathing of this grandma knocked out on the floor, just... In 2019, I took my 2-year-old to a restaurant. She asked why people kept going to the doors near us. I explained, "That's the potty." She proceeded to loudly ask every patron who walked by, "Are you pooping?" I could not stop her. And on the way back, she'd shout, "Did you poop?" I hope people responded. They were like, "Yes, I did, and I also peed, and I also had diarrhea, and I also threw up, and I also, blew my nose in the toilet, and I also drank the toilet water." I hated muffins until I was 17 and saw someone remove the wrapper on the bottom of a muffin before eating one. Prior to this, I thought it was just part of the muffin eating experience and would angrily eat muffin wrappers because I just thought I had to. I've got some great news about Baby Bell cheese. I hope you're sitting down. Yeah, I actually agree with both of these. As a kid, I also thought the same thing, except I didn't actually eat the muffin wrappers or the Baby Bell things, but I saw so many cartoons where, like, people would be eating muffins and they would just eat the wrappers, so I was like, oh, okay, well, that just must be part of the muffin. No, it was not. It was not part of the muffin, actually. Apparently, my kid doesn't know how to spell pennies. I smell penis. I like the rainbow right next to him. It's kind of fitting, you know. He's just the gay pride leprechaun. There's nothing wrong with that. He just goes and hunts down genitalia. Kids have their moments, but they annoy the shit out of me. My niece once cried because she had to sit in the back seat. She always sits in the back seat. This has never changed. Well, you know what? Maybe that one day she just felt like she was old enough and tall enough to sit in the front seat, and then you were like, "No, you're sitting in the back," and she just couldn't take it. It just broke her heart. I had the absolute cutest crank call that wasn't really a crank. Yeah, that's good. Okay, good. Dial tone. Yo, you just got pranked. You just got absolutely pranked. You're never gonna recover from that. I hope you know that. r/Tfue by not drinking water after eating chocolate for 10 years. I was in the 5th grade that day. It was a national day and they gave chocolate to everyone in the school. After eating the chocolates, we started to get thirsty and drink our water. Our teacher saw us and said, "If you drink too much water after eating chocolate, you will get diarrhea. Ha ha ha." So I took this seriously and didn't drink water after eating chocolate for 10 years. 10 years after, today I ate chocolate, and as usual, decided to wait a while before drinking water, but this time it was different. This time my brain questioned this information for the first time. I googled that and found there was no such thing, and I realized everything. I felt like my whole life was built on a lie. I was ashamed of myself. It was just a poop joke. TLDR, I did not drink water after eating chocolate for 10 years because I took a poop joke seriously. What if it was true? What if this whole time, maybe it actually was true and you just avoided getting diarrhea for 10 years? Watched Predator for the first time when I was 10. Think the Predator is badass. At Xbox Live. I don't know why, but I already know where this is going. Think of cool gamer tag. The Child Predator XX. Nobody adds my friend request, haven't the slightest clue why. The fear I must have invoked in the hearts of parents when I sent their kids friend request was probably astounding. Dude, oh my god, that is so funny. While all the other kids believed that a plant will grow in their stomach if they ate seeds, I knew that would not be possible as plants grow on land and needed water around age 6 to 7. So, my dumbass ate playground sand with a lot of water believing I'll grow a plant in my stomach someday for 3 months. I ate playground sand that cannot be used to grow plants, by the way, because I hated the taste of the soil. So wait, you wanted a plant to grow in your stomach. See, the reason why most kids, you know, were scared of that rumor before was because they didn't want a plant to grow in their stomach, but you actually just wanted one. So, I don't know what to tell you. You are like exceptionally stupid. In 4th grade, I went on a 2-week vacation and missed school, and my best friend told everyone in school that I had moved to Russia. Everyone believed it. In 5th grade, I went on vacation again, and he told everyone that I died. They believed it again. Wow, everybody just really just not give a shit about you, to be honest, if this is what they're just believing. He died? Rip, I guess. I don't know. Rip Bozo. When I was a kid, I thought since all of the teachers were called Mr., Miss, or Mrs., that you had to have those names to become a teacher. I really wanted to become a teacher, and I cried really hard for a week because my name wasn't Mr. Hey man, you know what? It's okay. It just means that it wasn't for you, you know? Sometimes teaching is not for everybody, and you're just not one of those people. And hey, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. My 10-year-old cousin gave me this and said, I drew, just like goes over to like a blender and just puts a corn dog in the blender and blends it up and puts some water in there, hands it back to the 6-year-old, and the 6-year-old is like, thanks, man. Nobody has these. My 2.5-year-old goes to daycare with identical twins named Maria and Auriella, but she calls them Maria and more Maria. Yeah, honestly, I would too, because what kind of name is Auriella? Auriella? Dude, I don't even know. Rename your kid to More Maria because that makes way more sense. I used to be that one fast kid in primary school, and one darn day my teacher asked me to run all the way across the school to pass on a message to someone. I took off at full speed, and boom, I was there in less than a minute. I heard some footsteps behind me, turned around, and a classmate of mine was huffing, puffing, and wheezing his ass off. I was like, bro, why did you come? Dude looked at me straight in the eye, took a deep breath, and said, bro, she didn't even tell you what the message was. This guy probably thought he was so sick running there, like, all the way. Why did, like, elementary school girls like all the guys who could run really fast? Like, what was the deal with that? Why running fast? Why that over any other trick? Oh my god, he can run so fast and run and not do anything else. At least he can run fast. My little boy just pooped through his diaper, through his onesie, through my shirt, and through my jeans. This is the first time anyone has ever shit my pants. Oh my god, dude, did he, like, poop molten, like, a molten lava? How did it go through like 3 different layers? How does that even happen? It must have been like boiling. Is he sad? No, not yet. I'm a little bit afraid. I don't know what he means by that. Is he planning something? Is he planning to do something that is gonna make this character sad? Because if so, I have the police on the line and they're currently at your door right now. Walking into work, random little girl. Oh wow, you're so pretty. Me, oh thank you. RLG, well at least your sweater is. RLG mom, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Me, I can't even be insulted. This is my favorite sweater. I love kids. Kids don't even care. Like, they will just straight up tell you. If they think you look ugly, they will tell you that you're ugly. If they only like your sweater, they'll tell you they only like your sweater. They don't discriminate, man, and that's kind of why I respect them. Me, what words start with H? 6-year-old daughter, tree. Me, tree doesn't start with H. 6-year-old daughter, but tree sounds just like H. Me, ... What does this even mean? I don't even understand this. How does it sound just like H? Trusted my kid to pack for the trip herself, and she brought 0 underwear and 2 kaleidoscopes. How do you even have 2 kaleidoscopes? I don't even have 1. Honestly, I'm just kind of wondering what her plan is. I mean, she's obviously got something in mind if she's not bringing any underwear and only kaleidoscopes. So you better keep an eye on her because she could be dangerous. My 3-year-old kid has like contact with the underworld and heaven, and she just like talks to dead people, and you just have no idea that you've birthed this like mutant creature. I'm attracted to minors. Does that mean I'm a map? Way to put yourself out as a pedo, dude. But I'm a minor? And that's the kind of context you want to give when you go around saying I'm attracted to minors on the internet. Yeah, I would have probably opened with that, actually. I probably would have been like, yeah, I'm a minor, but... Because just starting with what you said... that's gonna land you in a couple places that you probably don't want to be, my friend. Minutes after putting the 5-year-old to bed, I heard tragic pillow-muffled sobs. I went back into his room. He struggled to collect himself, then finally gasped, "Connecticut is boring!" Oh man, if he thinks Connecticut is boring, Hopefully he never comes to Ohio because, man, he's not gonna have a good time. I'll just tell you that much right now. Who framed Roger Rabbit? Bob Hoskins has said his young son didn't talk to him for weeks after seeing the movie and was upset his dad worked with characters like Bugs Bunny and never let him meet them. I mean, what's your problem, dude? He can go and meet Bugs Bunny and all those people at like Disney World, but no, you can't show him to him even though you're working with him in person. Cringe, dude. Real cringe. My toddler, who was not previously accustomed to being awake after dark, just looked outside and screamed, "Where is the backyard?" Dude, she was probably terrified. She probably just thought that like there was like a void that encompassed their whole house and now everything is just gone. And she goes outside and she just falls endlessly into this abyss. So this girl's daughter drew a picture of him and ranked him as the 11th best dad. Yo, congrats, man. That's a huge accomplishment, honestly. When I have a daughter or a son, I could only hope to be the 11th best. Archduke One Direction. When I was 4, much for like being like a psychopath or something. This sounds kind of similar to a story I went through though. When I was in like elementary school, I rode the bus and there was this girl that was on the bus with us that really annoyed me. And one day, she annoyed me a little bit too much, and I took my really fat, heavy accordion folder, stood up, turned around to the seat behind me where she was sitting, and just bonked her on the head with this accordion. And she started crying, and then she told her dad, who was like this really scary bald guy, and I'm still terrified of him to this day. Over her who would just have his whole butt out. Like, bro would just have his pants pulled all the way down to use the urinal. And I would just walk into the bathroom in elementary school and just get mooned by like 3 different kids at the same time. Kid behind me on this plane has asked and then answered 1 million pertinent questions about our flight, including, how do pilots use the bathroom? Guess what? They don't. Pilots don't have butts. This is like the new development of like girls don't poop. Now pilots don't have butts. Teachers don't ever leave the classroom. They're like robots, and when you leave the classroom, they just like hook up to the wall and charge until the next day. When I was about 8, I wanted to convince this kid at my Hebrew school that I was smart, so I told him I could build a nuclear bomb. He asked me if I could build one for him, and I replied with, first I have to wait until the materials come to my house. But I kept that up for like 3 years before he caught on. Dude, you know you can just like go to the store and get like fertilizer? Isn't that like, don't they use fertilizer to build bombs? I'm pretty sure that you buy like a lot of fertilizer from like Home Depot. They actually will like question you because that's what they use to like actually make bombs. I'm still mad at my friend who went to the movies with me, and when I went to the bathroom and asked what did I miss, he said that the girl showed boobs. It wasn't until 2 years later when I rented the VHS again just to see boobs and they weren't in there that I realized he lied. You still owe me $9.95 for that movie rental, Derek. Are you telling me that you literally went to the 2 years later, you were still thinking about this incident where you missed the chance to see those, and then you went to the store and rented it? Why? You know, you can just, they're free. You can go anywhere online and see them for free. I just found this in my 8-year-old search history. Per China, somebody help me. Tidy. Tidy, more tidy. Girls show their purgin. Girls show their per China. Girls show it. Girls shows. Ashley, the girl who loves Ash the D. I don't know what that last one is. That I don't even know. I remember when I was a little kid, I mean, everybody does stuff like this when they were a kid. I remember on my DS, my 3DS, when I was a little kid, I went on the internet and I looked up like naked butts. I was just scrolling through the images, and then I got in trouble because I got caught, and I was so embarrassed about it for like 3 days. But it wasn't like I was like, I was just curious, you know what I mean? I just wanted to know what it looked like. My daughter just asked me how to spell squirrel. I found out that she was writing a book. Now she's grounded for 12 years. Those effing squirrels. Honestly, I would read this book. This sounds like a pretty up our life a little bit, you know? Neighbor's 4-year-old kid yelling, I have to tell Brody something. I have to tell Brody something. Simply to come to my door and say, I went to school today. I mean, listen, if that's not interesting information, then I don't know what is. I'm gonna go to my neighbors and tell them that I went to school today, and they're gonna be like, why are you at my door? You're an 18-year-old grown man, and you're coming to my door telling me you went to school. Please leave my premises before I shoot you in the foot. This is not healthy and safe. This is not following science. And then it's a picture of some extremely chewed mask, and then this person said, your kid's chewing on it like a mule. Put some feed in there, girl. COVID hit when I was like midway through high school, so I wasn't, you know, like a little kid. I can only imagine the amount of kids that like chewed their masks or like licked their masks, or like all the teachers trying to like have problems with kids keeping their masks on. Oh my god, dude, it must have been like an actual nightmare. Like, dude, I can't even imagine being a in the face. She's not wrong. That probably was pretty funny. I mean, the fact that it got posted on this subreddit and has 15,000 upvotes says something. She accomplished her goal because 15,000 people found it funny. So, Roblox, 1 star. I hate this game. I buy 400 Robux, but Robux not come, and money gone. I need my money or Robux. Turtle, 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 turtle. I hate you, Roblox creators. Why are some of the turtles red? Is that an actual, like, Android emoji? It's just a red turtle? Why? Is there a such thing as a red turtle? Oh my god, wait, no, there is no red turtle. What even is that emoji? I made my bed and found a half-eaten stick of butter in it. When I asked my child if she put anything in mommy's bed, she said, I did not put butter in it. The mystery continues, more at 11. It's almost like she knew what you were about to ask if she put in there. Honestly, it must have just been a coincidence. My son told me he learned that octopuses can climb through small cracks, so he's scared to swim in the ocean because an octopus might climb inside his butt. And now I'm scared to swim in the ocean too. Is it octopuses or is it octopi? I feel like it's octopi, but like nobody says that. That's like the same thing that when people say cactuses. Like nobody says cacti. If you say cacti, you're like an actual nerd. I'm sorry. The toddler period is wild. My kid threw a fit because there were no eggs in a box he opened. The box itself was just a box. There was no indication that there can possibly be any eggs inside. But here we are. Well, maybe he just really wanted some eggs, man. And he opened the box thinking there would be eggs, and he was just severely disappointed when there was no eggs. I mean, if I really wanted like $1 million and I opened a random box and was like, come on, please be $1 million, and there was no $1 million in there, I would be very disappointed. The kid is helping me cook at home. Daddy, does it get hot at restaurants? Me. Like in the kitchen? Kid. Yeah. Me. Yeah, buddy. It gets really hot on the line. Kid. So what do? Me. Well, you drink a lot of water and just push through as long as you can, but if you get any kind of break, you can run to the walk-in and cool off, but you have to come right back. Kid. What's a walk-in? Me. It's kind of like a giant refrigerator. About 20 minutes later, he decided it was too hot in the kitchen. I mean, hey man, you gave him the idea. He's just taking your advice. 15-year-old daughter has a friend over, and suddenly 13-year-old son wants to walk around curling dumbbells. Yo, man, maybe he just wants to, maybe he just wants to get yoked, and maybe, you can't blame the guy for he wants to get shredded, dude. You know what they say, man? There ain't no better time than the present. If he wants to get shredded, he just has to do it. It just so happens to be while, his sister's friend is over. But that doesn't have any correlation, that doesn't mean anything. R/damn, that's interesting. My mosquito bite turned into the shape of a key. Go to the doctor ASAP. Funny story, this happened to me when I was a kid, just as Spider-Man was released in theaters. I watched it travel up my whole arm because I was convinced I was turning into a superhero. I joyfully ran up to my mom, who was making dinner, explaining to her that I will have superpowers within the day. Well, it didn't go as planned, as she threw the pots and pans in the sink, turned off the stovetop, and yelled at me to get in the car right now. Confused, I told her relax, everything is gonna be fine, I'll be able to shoot webs from my wrist soon. She grabbed me, put a belt around my arm as a tourniquet, and threw me in the car and went to the hospital. They rushed me into the back and gave me a shot, and the red line slowly disappeared and I was devastated. My mom ruined everything I thought. Turned out it was blood poisoning and almost made it to my heart, and I would have been in big trouble. Oh my god. Whoever posted this on the original post literally is actually going to die soon if they don't get that sorted out. My kids shared this with me from the 11-year-old group chat. They just officially banned abortions in a lot of states in America, and they might ban same-sex weddings. Oh yeah, I heard about that. It's messed up. What is a sex wedding? I can't believe they banned them. I just can't believe they banned sex weddings. Genius. She just found a loophole. Mom pro tip. At least it works for me. If your toddler is obsessed with a specific character or TV show, and if he/she has become an inconsistent or picky eater, liking things some days but rejecting them other days, then try buying some cheap stickers of the thing they like and sticking them on the food. Last night, me. What would you like for dinner? Corn or peas? Toddler. No corn, no peas. Candy, please. Me. We have Paw Patrol corn and peas. Which would you like? Toddler. I love Paw Patrol corn. Later. Paw Patrol corn tasty. More Paw Patrol corn, please. Dude, this definitely would have worked in me as a kid, honestly. I was like really obsessed with spies when I was a kid, like spy gear and stuff. So if you would have like given me broccoli and called it like spy broccoli, I would have been like, no way! Oh my god, I love spy broccoli. Walking out of Jurassic World at 3:30 p.m. 6-year-old. Why is it still day? No, but I kind of understand like what they're saying, because every time I leave the movie theater and it's still bright out for some reason, no matter what time I go to see the movie, it always feels so weird. It like doesn't feel like it should still be light out. Like, I'm so used to going to the movies while it's light and then walking out and it's nighttime that like any other time just doesn't feel right. I don't know if anybody else is the same, but that's how I am. It's 1 a.m. and I'm losing it because when I was 20, I went to buy some chips and juice, as one does. And on my way back, there was a group of like 10-year-old boys trying to act all tough, and one of them menacingly yelled, "They're gonna be yummy in your tummy, huh?" That is pretty terrifying. If somebody yelled that at me while I was leaving the gas station, I think I would curl up in a ball on the spot and cry. Yeah, they're gonna be yummy in my tummy, man. What about it, dude? What if I just like my chips and juice? I once saw a little boy like 4 or 5 years old in the course of a musical spontaneously remove his clothing on stage during a performance. His mom had to run up and snatch him. King shit, I hope he's doing well. Why would he? Was it part of like his role or something? Why would he just spontaneously remove his clothes? He's just like, you know what? I'm getting a little bit uncomfortable. Let's get a little bit hot up on this stage. I'm just gonna, you know, slip into something more comfortable. And he just takes off his clothes in the middle of the stage. How well do I know my mom? Her favorite color is purple. Her favorite TV show is It Cake? My mother's favorite outfit to wear is jeans and shirts. The outfit I like to wear is dresses. My mother always gets angry when I fight my brother. My mother's favorite sport is soccer. My mother's favorite foods are tacos, blank, and blank. I like my mother to cook cake because she does such a delicious job of it. My mom's favorite restaurant is I don't know. My mother really looked funny on the day she never. My mom's best friend is me. My mother's nickname for me is Chapella. 3 adjectives that describe my mom are fat, loving, and caring. I like how she slipped the fat one in first so she could end on 2 good adjectives, but you know, fat was just kind of in there. I also like how the favorite foods are just tacos. It's like, nope, nothing else. Just, she is on a strictly taco diet. Maybe that's why she's fat. Can't quite believe what's happened. Jay has taken a very big poo in one of the B&Q display toilets. Only went in for a washing line. Turned around and Jay is sat on one of the toilets. Ran to say get off, but it was very much too late. I left to get wet wipes and came back to him still sat on there because he needed to finish and hubby didn't know what else to do. The young shop assistant couldn't stop laughing but also completely ignored the situation. Don't blame the lad. This kid honestly just did exactly what I have always thought about doing every time I see a display toilet, and I've never done it. I've never had the courage. This kid did it, and you know what? I gotta give him props. I really do. I also used to wonder if it was possible to like take showers and display showers and like baths and display baths, and I would just sit in there and like turn the knob and be like, come on, man, where's the water? As if like the water just like comes out of the shower head and not from like pipes underground. I do not mic. You do mic. Do not join. Need girlfed. 11:10. I don't know what he's trying to say. Is he trying to say that he needs a girlfriend that is 11 years old or 10 years old? I hate to break it to you, but girl gamers aren't real, okay? I'm 18 years old and I discovered this long ago, so you're better off just searching for a girlfriend not on Xbox, because girls don't play video games and they also don't poop. They also don't pee. And I also am kind of convinced that they might not even be real. So someone get back to me on that one. When I was in daycare around 3 or so years old, I told a woman that was watching us that my house had roaches everywhere. I put emphasis on the house being basically infected with roaches. The woman called my mom and had her come over to explain what I meant and wanted to call CPS until it was found out that the house was not infested with roaches, but instead was one singular roach that flew in from outside. My mom wanted to kill me. I used to do the exact same thing, dude. I used to exaggerate so hard. I mean, it's honestly fun. Dude, what's the point of a story if it's gonna be boring and mellow, you know? You have to spice it up. You gotta make it a little bit more interesting. You think you can hurt me? When I was 8, I found a cool rock at the beach, named it, made it my best friend, took it everywhere with me. Then one time, I took it in the bath with me and it started dissolving. And it turns out, it was just hardened dog shit. Well, when a 10-year-old makes a birthday card of the family cat's butthole and titles it The Collection of Buttholes. Jingles, Dexter, Mittens, and Jack. The Collection of the Buttholes. Why, like, are they actually, like, detailed? Like, Jingles, like, okay, listen, man. I've never seen this cat in my life, and I never will, but there is no way that Jingles, I'm not even gonna say it, man. Just look at that thing and tell me that that does not look a little bit off, you know? When I was in elementary school, one of my classmates told me that the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs was a spaceship with Adam and Eve on it. Wait a second. second. Hold on. This kid could be onto something. This kid could be onto something. I mean, think about it, man. Really give it some thought. My Father's Day present from my oldest, who always keeps it real. My hero is mommy. They're like, listen, Dad, I know it's Father's Day, but don't get too ahead of yourself, all right? Mommy is still my hero, all right? I don't know why you think that you're all this because, oh, it's Father's Day. You need to be put in your place. Oh my God, this kid drew Queen Elizabeth II. Oh no, are these all gonna be Queen Elizabeth? Oh, they're all Queen Elizabeth. What is that one? The fifth. Dude, I feel like this kid watches anime and that was their rendition of what anime looks like. Bro, the queen is absolutely rolling in her grave right now. The teacher asked my kindergartner what his favorite season was, and he said garlic salt. Is this kid's dad Gordon Ramsay? Like, how does a kindergartner know what garlic salt is? I honestly don't even know what garlic salt is. I know what garlic is, and I know what salt is, but I don't know what garlic salt is. I mean, a kindergartner is literally smarter than me. I don't know if I could stand for this. This is unbelievable. My son has recently informed me the wall people who always have their eyes open don't like us anymore. Just curious if anyone is free tonight to help me move out. Yeah, so I think that you... I think that your son might be schizophrenic. Have him see a psychiatrist. Just see, you know, what's going on in that little old brain of his. What's the dumbest beliefs you had as a child? When I was 4 to 5, I swore that bird seeds grew birds, thus the name. When my parents asked me to prove it to them, I planted a pile of bird seeds. The next day, there were loads of birds where I planted the seeds, showing I was right. You can't argue with the logic. He planted the bird seeds. The next day, birds are there. He's cracked the code. He has absolutely cracked the code here. I was in Walmart in the soap aisle where a toddler said hi to me and then proceeded to start poking my ass and going, "Heiny, heiny." When her father came over, she went, "Dad, heiny." And he mortifyingly went, "Stop touching that woman's heiny," and apologized. This is why I am never having kids, okay? I refuse to have a child that goes around Walmart or wherever, yeah, Walmart, in the soap aisle, poking random women's butts. Me, with my social anxiety, I just wouldn't be able to do it, man. My daughter or my son would poke this lady's butt, and I would just run. I would just be like, all right, we're getting out here. We're moving to another state. We're leaving. We're done. A 7-year-old girl asked to interview me about the craft of storytelling, and after each of my answers, she said correct, and pensively wrote 2 letters at random on a note card. One time she drew a frog instead. The idea of like interviewing somebody but already knowing all the answers, and then when they say the answer you either say correct or incorrect, is kind of awesome. I think like Nardwuar should start doing that when he interviews rappers, because he already knows everything about their lives. If he gets it wrong, like the rapper gets it wrong, he should be like, actually, that's not true. You were not born in New York. You were born in Oklahoma. Why aren't millennials having children? Maybe because those of us who did were nice enough to explain to our friends you have to wake up at 5:52 a.m. and watch Thomas while holding a toy of Thomas and making him say, "Wow, look, I'm on TV," before your coffee is even ready. Honestly, this tweet is underselling my son, who actually lined up all his Thomas trains, the couch facing the TV, and told me to put on specific episodes featuring each of them, and then made me make them do commentary as them on their episodes. 7 a.m. had not yet occurred. Dude, honestly, kids are just like the craziest early birds, man. Like, I remember when I was a little kid, I used to get up at like 3 in the morning. I'm not even kidding. 3 in the morning. And I would go wake my dad up in his bedroom, and then I would tell him to make me waffles. He would make me these waffles, and then I would go out in the backyard and sit on the swing set and sit on the swing and eat my waffles at 3 in the morning. I actually did this. I was an interesting little fella. I remember when I used to watch Bear in the Big Blue House every day when I was little, and he always does that smiling thing in the beginning. And one time he sniffed and went, "You smell like a ham and cheese." And I was eating a ham and cheese sandwich, so I cried and never watched the show again because I thought he could actually smell me. I thought it was just because he like flamed you. Like you just got flamed by this random bear on TV and you were like, I don't want to watch. I mean, honestly, if a bear flamed me and told me I smelled like ham and cheese, I would probably cry also. Me, 7. What do you want to play? Friend, 8. I'm not friends with you. Me, 7. Yeah, okay, what do you want to play? Friend, 8. Tag. Then we played tag for about 30 minutes and still remain best friend to this day. Dude, that was kind of cold of him, honestly. Why would he just drop the random, "I'm not friends with you"? That was not necessary. Like, that was completely uncalled for. Kids are cruel, man. That's just, I don't know, man. That's messed up. My son, 13, wanted me to take him to the ER because he couldn't hear out of one of his ears. After a little questioning, it turns out that one of his earbuds stopped working. I really, really wish I was making this up. And just these kids nowadays constantly with their AirPods and they're in their earbuds. Man, tell me about it, man. We gotta get rid of these phones. They're just destroying the world. Dear blank, I was playing at my base and I take responsibility for picking your flowers. I use them to decorate my base. I put the pea cup on the wall. I also took the bricks to make stepping stones. Someone on my team bumped it into your yard. I was throwing my base stuff at the wall. Some stuff went over the wall into the driveway. I am sorry that you have to have been hurt by me. I didn't know you'd be mad. I know the pea smells bad. I know plants take lots of work. I am sorry for pulling them. I will no longer play there. I don't want any more trouble. I hope you and your wife can forgive me. Forgive me? Yes, no. Check one. Sincerely, Grant. So tell me this dude Grant plucked these people's flowers, peed in a cup, and then put it on their wall, and then stole bricks from their house to make stepping stones for his base. Is his base just like in their yard? Pap, please help. I forgot my Chromebook. Pap, please bring it to my school. Pap, please send it quick. Pap, 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 pap. Never mind, Mama is bringing it. Pap? Do people call their dads Pap? I always just called my dad Dad, but maybe I'm just weird. Things my 4-year-old said this morning. Best day ever. I'm so excited. I'm going to bring my phone to take lots of pictures. Any idea what we're doing? Going to No Frills? Burying blank grandparents. Ha ha ha. Oh, sweet Jesus. LMAO. Gotta love the sweet innocence of a child. She also said, I can't wait to see how Papa's mom died. Best day ever. I'm so excited. Your grandma died. Are you not like sad? I think kids nowadays might actually be like manufactured psychopaths. I'm serious. Like it's getting a little bit worrying here. What's going on with these children? We might have to like pack them all up and run them like through a routine maintenance check, like a mental health maintenance check, just to make sure that they're not all psychopaths, you know? Irrevocable isotherms stipulate that amyloid fibrils enthrall multinidious insoluble residue capable of energetically compulsive arsenic ions. The number of convalescent critically pretentious by drinking altered water has now risen to 7,000 formidable, immeasurable experimentation in this specialty. Wow. Okay, we got one more. You will have to start distinguishing your kidney ramification. Dude, I read stuff for a living, and I had trouble trouble reading some of those words. That is so funny, bro. It just probably stole some random like scholarly article and just word for word copy and pasted it and just didn't even change a single word. He was like, yeah, it'll pass. They probably will guess that it's me, honestly. It looks pretty much like something I would write. A real thing that I participated in during kindergarten, so everyone was 5 to 6 years old, was the Nut Club. It was an unofficial club started by the rich girls, as in 500 donated every school fundraiser money to hoard all the acorns and walnuts that we found during recess. We stuffed them into a hollow tree and guarded them from the boys. Sometimes the boys would attempt to steal them and there would be a resulting mass of kids screaming things along the lines of, the boys are stealing their nuts back, and hey, I know you're hiding some nuts in your pants. Cough them up. We took this very seriously and didn't understand why their parents and teachers would giggle at us. Dude, the nut business is a serious business, okay? You don't want to get caught with nuts in your pants. Look, I'm not gonna take it any further, but hey, the Nut Club will come for you, and they will not be happy. When my niece was little, she burst out crying at school during a drug talk because her dad sells drugs. He's a pharmacist. I mean, if you didn't know like the distinction between like a drug dealer and a pharmacist, and this person is talking about selling drugs, and you were like, wait, my dad sells drugs. I mean, that would be terrifying. I can't even lie. That probably would be scary. So I don't really blame this little kid for not knowing the difference, honestly. 4-year-old spent 10 minutes telling me about his grazed knee and how it really, really hurts. But when he showed me, it looked fine. He got mad that I couldn't see the graze. Then he realized he was showing me the wrong knee. Dude just exposed himself. He's just admitted that the graze is not real, and he actually did not graze his knee at all. The funniest thing that's ever happened to me as a parent is once my 2-year-old was having a full-on meltdown and accidentally kicked an electronic toy dinosaur, and it went, "Can you feed me?" And my son, through massive sobs, goes, "No, I can't right now, dinosaur," and continued screaming. Well, it's nice to know that even through his anger and sadness, he can, you know, take care of his dinosaur. I mean, he's gonna make a good father when he gets older. It really is. That's pretty respectable. Blank said she hates me and I'm not her real dad and she wants a DNA test. I'm like, "You're adopted." She's like, "I know, I still want the test." I don't think she understands about DNA. She's gonna be really surprised when she does the test and finds out that you're actually not her dad, and she's gonna be like, "See? I told you you're not my real dad." She's gonna be like, "Well, yeah, I guess you're right." Unsure if you want kids or not, my son told me he throws the grapes that look funny behind the couch, and I just found his secret pile of rotting fruit. Dude, I can't even imagine the stench. That room must smell crazy. You walk in there and it just smells like an abandoned grocery store. Like it just smells like rotting grapes and other mysterious fruits and foods. When you're playing hide and seek with your son and you realize he probably won't need that college savings account after all. I mean, he's obviously standing on like a mat, but for a second I thought he was just standing in like black water. I was like, I don't know if that shower is giving the best water, guys. You might want to go talk to like the city about that or something, because that is not normal, having black water come out of your shower. And I realized that it was probably just a mat, so I'm stupid. I know. Oh my god, dude. For a second, first of all, I thought that was poop. So I guess I'm glad to find out that that's not poop, but what it actually is isn't really much better. I mean, I don't think that is ever gonna come out of the couch. Even the dogs. Look at the dog. They're both just like, "Oh man, you are gonna not be happy in a couple minutes when they find this." My son was disappointed to realize that the US team was playing a country called Wales and not a large group of whales in what I guess he imagined to be a large soccer SeaWorld extravaganza. That whole US England match was so hyped up. I don't know anything about soccer or football or whatever you want to call it. I saw that on Twitter and I was like, "Oh, maybe it's worth the watch." First of all, I didn't watch it, but second of all, it was just a draw. How did it end in a draw? There's no tiebreaker, no nothing? Why wouldn't they just like have a draw, like a field kick draw, whatever? I don't know soccer, man, but don't let it be a draw. That's boring. Major causal inference issues in our house at the moment. 2-year-old thinks coats make the air colder, so keeps putting hers on when she's too hot. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I understand why she would think that, because you only wear coats when it's cold, but no. Unfortunately, that is not how it works. And she's gonna find that out soon enough if she keeps putting coats on when she's hot. She's gonna be like, "Air doesn't work like that. This is a scam." Parents want me to be healthy as a kid, so they have gummy vitamins and lots of supplements. Ask my mom one day if I can have one of her women's multivitamins. These are for girls, Anon. You can't take them or else you'd grow boobs or something. I wake up in the middle of the night and eat all the remaining gummies. Instead of becoming a girl, I end up in the hospital and almost die. Wait, did she like eat estrogen or something? I don't know. I don't really understand what this is supposed to be, but I'm glad you didn't die and survived to post it on 4chan with a crying anime girl reaction image. Really awesome, man, that you're living up to these standards. I mean, 4chan is really just a place where only the best, most awesome people go to post. So when I was 3, I told my mom I couldn't sleep during my afternoon nap because I had marching in my ears. She took me to the doctors because she was worried I had hearing issues. The doctor asked me what the marching sounded like, and I said, "Hup 2 3 4, hup 2 3 4." The sound was actually my heartbeat. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but like, I can't hear my heart if I'm just like chilling. If I'm just like sitting in my bed watching a show or something, I don't hear my heartbeat. Maybe she just has an extra strong heart that could just explode at any moment. This is my little baby cousin, and he is dressed as a smoke detector for Halloween. None of us know why, but he is really obsessed with smoke detectors. That's all he's asked for in the way of presents these past 2 years. He calls them smoke ejectors. He also has a scrapbook of everyone in the family posing with their smoke detectors. I mean, I can probably take a guess on what this kid's gonna want to do when he grows up. He's probably gonna want to go over to a manufacturing company where they make smoke detectors, and he's gonna want to run that business, and he's gonna become the most profitable smoke detector creator in the whole world. And honestly, it's gonna start from this Halloween costume right here. When I was 7, I had a YouTube channel with 5 subscribers, and I wanted to do a fan meet and greet. So I posted a video of my house address. You know, they have that thing on YouTube that says you're not allowed to upload videos unless you're 13. For some reason, that goes unseen by like 90% of kids. You're not supposed to upload videos until you were 13. I made videos back when I was like 9, and I actually wasn't even allowed to have a channel. My parents didn't let me have a channel until I was 13. So, you know what? They were following the TOS. I don't know what all these other parents are doing, but, you know, they obviously weren't as cool as mine. This morning, one of my students walks up to be greeted while wearing 2 backpacks. Me, Why are you wearing 2 backpacks? Student, I have my goat in one of them. Me, oh, like your stuffed goat for a show and tell? Student, a real goat. Me, confused. Can you show me what's in your backpack? Student, opens backpack. Me, there is a live goat in his backpack. Like an actual live goat. What do I do? That's it. That's the story. Just a goat in his backpack at school. I mean, you can't just leave it at that. You gotta elaborate a little bit more. What do you mean? How did he get this live goat in his backpack? First of all, how did he find a live goat? Second of all, how did he get it in the backpack? Because usually, I mean, it must have been like a literal baby goat, because otherwise I have no idea how it would have fit in there. And he was just like, you know what? You're gonna come with me to school today. How about that, huh? Turkeys come from Alaska. You need to get in a car and drive to it to catch it with a net. You need to drag the net and get to your house. You need to stuff it with meat. Then you put it in the oven for 6 minutes at 5 degrees. You use a timer, and when it's done, you take the turkey out. You need to put napkins on the side of a plate. You need to use the napkins to put it on your plate. You eat it with grapes. You will like turkey. It tastes like meat with salt on it. This is insane. What do you mean? So you gotta catch the turkey with a net and then just drive it with it dragging out of your car all the way back to your house, and then you put it in the oven for only 6 minutes at 5 degrees. I don't think ovens can even do 5 degrees. I don't think that's a possible thing that can happen. They actually do have a thing called for making things go to 5 degrees, and it's called the refrigerator. I don't even know what's going on in this image. The person who the caption of this doesn't even explain like what's going on. This is just a kid in a tile area covered in a mysterious black material, and I don't know what it is. How is he literally covered head to toe completely? You can't see like anything. No, everything on his face is covered, down to his fingertips and his toes. He is just completely engulfed in this black void material. Tonight, kids chose potato more than 25 times, each time triumphantly proclaiming to friends and family, I got a potato. One kid shouted, a potato, just like last year. And another group said, oh, you're the potato house? You're legends. This has become an unexpected and joyful tradition. Kids are given the free choice over and over again. They choose potato. My friends, every day you are given a choice. I encourage you. Choose potato. I think I need to do this next year. The potato? Do you think they even go home and cook it, or they just keep the potato? They just like keep it there as like a memoir of like what that one house gave out for Halloween. Open one of my son's books that's been shelved for a while, and he says, oh no, baby, and kisses this before I could stop him. Lol, should I be concerned? Is he impregnated by an alien now? Seriously though, should I do more than wash his face? What is that? What do you mean it's just been shelved for a while? I have books at my parents' house that have been shelved for like 10 years, and I guarantee you if I opened them, I would not see this alien substance on the page. What is that? That's gotta be some like insane form of mold. I can't even begin to think about what that could be. When I was 4, my preschool had a Mother's Day feat, and I got my mom a little bag of pot puree. I don't even know how to say that, I'm not gonna lie. When I gave it to her, I couldn't think of the words, it smells nice, and so I said, it stinks pretty. My parents still say stink pretty when talking about flowers, perfume, etc. And my husband started saying it as well when they told him that story. I'm 35. That is kind of a fire saying. I don't know. I might have to start picking that up myself, honestly. Stinks pretty. Imagine telling like a girl that, being like, hey, you stink pretty. I think that would send a little bit of mixed signals, honestly. Okay, that's pretty unique, lol. This kid was a fart for Halloween. He just looks like a loofah, like that you use in the shower. Just like green gunk in it. That's kind of what he looks like, honestly. That's what I would think he was if he came to my door. I mean, he does have the fart gun though, so I would probably pretty much immediately figure out that he was a fart after he blasted that thing in my face, so I don't know. I asked my class to write one thing they would like me to know before I start teaching them. I take a long time to do a poo. My record is 2 hours 15 minutes. This dude just has bad intestines, man. He just gets constipated really easily. That's kind of sad. Dude, you know what? All I'm gonna say is I feel him, and that has happened to me before too. After a couple unlucky times at Potbelly, I had not a good night. I offered kids lemons or candy tonight, like half took lemons. Had one girl take the candy, then come back and ask to trade her candy back from lemons. Kids are dumb. What is it like with kids and just picking the random item that's not like what the rest of it is? It's probably just because like they see a bowl full of one similar thing and then they see one different thing and they just automatically assume that that one different thing is better than the other stuff, even though it's just a lemon or a potato. That's gotta be like the psychology behind it, because other than that, it doesn't really make any sense. Carter, I am thankful for my hose. Carter, did I stutter? Goddamn, boy. I guess apparently he meant house, but I think he should have just kept it at that, honestly. I can't fix his cracker. Just wait until he finds out that within the box that cracker came from, there's like 26 different crackers that are all look exactly like that aren't broken. I mean, he's gonna be absolutely overjoyed, so you should probably tell him. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this monthly episode of Kids Are Stupid. I hope you had an awesome Thanksgiving. I hope you did a lot of crazy cool stuff with your family and had really good food. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz, whatever the usual. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DomSoEpic, and I will see you in the next one. Peace, peace.